Howdy, and welcome to the Lunch Table Podcast, a podcast where we believe Bigfoot is part of the government.
I never included myself in that.
And Elvis was a Russian spy.
Yeah, that part I believe.
See.
Sadly,
that's what he was here for. He was here for Russia.
Ain't nothing but a hound dog. Can't do a Russian accent.
Spying all the time. And that's right, the man who sang the horrible Elvis.
Comrade.
That's right, my right-hand man, Mr. Google himself, my co-host, Drew, my lips are looser than your mother's, Watsonizer.
But I'm sure yours are much bigger. You got the little lips.
Little lips. And dude, the elastic is already gone out of them. It's like a blown out ankle sock.
I look like Michael Jackson.
I look like Michael. And that's right, the guy who loves making noise like Michael Jackson. Your host with the most.
Times he's asked his co-host, what's an adverb?
I just thought you added multiple verbs together.
That's how it works, yeah.
Then what are we confused on?
Well, the amount of times you've had to ask me that.
Yeah, it takes a while to stick. I gotta learn the lesson a couple times. That's right. The man who doesn't know what adverbs are. Carl Jones.
Or adjectives. Or pronunciation.
Or
Or punctuation.
I've made it through. Shows you don't need it. I'm still here.
What is the subject of the sentence?
Me. Always me.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into it. That was anticlimactic. That was very anticlimactic.
Last week.
There we go. Okay. Yeah, we need to re-up. These are our last ones. We'll have to cans, I think. Cans always give a good, nice. Always a good sound. Always a nice, good pop.
I mean, I could have shook it up, and then I would have fucking gone everywhere. Then we'd be down another mic.
Ooh, yeah, actually, talking about that.
Look at how sexy that is. Brand new for you to get your juices all over.
I know, and you bought it for you.
I know.
And then now I have to use it. Mine pooped out. It couldn't handle my...
He likes nice stuff, and just happens to be my second nice stuff.
I'm good at getting hand-me-downs. I've done it all my life.
Surprisingly, I didn't. I was just young enough that I didn't get a lot of hand-me-downs.
Like they already threw... That's because they didn't think another one was coming, so they threw away all that crap, and then... Surprise!
Oh, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
From my mom's mouth, that's exactly what happened.
I have a bunch of cousins. You know, my family's lovers, so like... just randomly, you'd get... a sack, like a trash bag full of random clothes that were...
There you go!
That were like, you know, it's like early 2000s, and those are all 90s clothes, you know? And they reeked of cigarettes.
This is a perfect segue to what happened to me at work today.
Okay.
All right, remember, late 2000s, or late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah. Last decade you can make fun of is the 90s, like dressing-wise. Other than that, from 2000s up, like, hasn't changed.
We were 4, okay, when this happened. But not the most recent.
I was 5.
We got this.
I would have been 5.
Yeah, and you were also in the negative 8th grade. Today at work, I was putting new ceiling tiles in.
Okay.
Okay? And the area that I had to do was the bathroom. So I had to pull down the old, breakable ceiling tiles and put in new ones that are essentially PVC pipe. Just because it's nicer, it looks better, they're smoother, blah, blah, blah.
Probably easier to replace. And
yeah,
all
they're easier to cut instead of just flaking off everywhere. They actually have a real nice cut.
Right.
I went into the guy's bathroom at the lab that I work at. And that has been the guy's bathroom for 40 years of this business.
Okay.
Carl, what do you think I found in the ceiling tiles?
A dodo.
You're not too far off.
A butt plug.
Dial it back a little bit.
A butt plug?
No.
A pocket?
No.
Porno? Guy porno?
I found no.
Gay porno?
No.
Damn it.
No, it was a Playboy. I found a fucking Playboy in the ceiling tiles above the dude's stall.
I was reading about this. People that have like who have like super high libidos per se.
Yeah.
And it's really not that their libido's that high. What it is they get anxiety. And the way they cure a lot of their anxiety is blowing a load.
This is a small disclaimer. And this is something, again, that we don't condone at the lunch table. Don't masturbate at work.
No, it's just weird.
You don't need to do it.
No. Find another release, my man.
Right.
Find another release. It's just a bad habit to be getting into.
Right.
And then, like, it's going to basically desensitize what sex is, and that's not good. Then it leads to a bunch of weird
God
things.
forbid somebody else finds you, or a woman that you work with finds you, or if you work with kids, if a kid finds you.
Oh, God, yeah. Can you imagine
Oh
if a teacher did something like that? Oh,
horrible.
My Atlanta.
Don't do it. Don't masturbate at work.
Not worth it.
I'm going to say this again at the end, just to drive it home. Don't masturbate at work.
Mm-hmm. Find something else for your anxiety.
That being said, I pulled the Playboy down after I moved the ceiling tile, and I was just going to like hand it off to my boss. I showed everybody else in the building, and I was like, oh, look what I found above the stall.
Unless your work...
Then I immediately washed my hands.
Right. Unless your work involves masturbation, and I guess we exclude that.
Yeah, that one's kind of no.
Yeah, right, exactly. Well, I just want to say it. I don't want no
covering
one
all the bases
right,
here.
Exactly.
You're the shortstop. You're between two right now. So my boss comes back, and I was like, left your present on your chair over there. He goes, oh, what is it? And I was like, it's a porno.
Wait. Can I guess? Like, what? Was it themed?
Kinda.
Can I guess that? You already said the decade.
Yeah. The copyright on the Playboy was 1996.
Did they still have
we
like
were
big,
4.
Did they have still big 80s hair?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice. Full bush?
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
I flipped through like 4 pages and I was like, oh my God, every single one has a bush.
I kind of don't mind that, dude. I don't mind it.
I do.
Listen, if it's like really full grown and kind of wild, I get it. Maybe trim it a little bit.
Right.
But I actually don't mind. I don't mind it.
So
I actually like a little bit
you don't,
more than
you don't
more.
want it to be like my beard. You want it to be like your facial.
Yeah.
You want it to have some shape and some figure and
Yeah. Well, I just
some offsets.
And I like a little bit of something. I like no matter which way it's presented to me, unless it looks like I'm going to catch something, it's not going to bother me. So don't worry, do you. I'm just talking about my preference.
If there's particles in it, like if there's little bits of, if it's so big that it's like a Brillo pad and has dust hanging in it, then we're a little worried.
Well, here's
you
my
didn't know you were getting some.
Right.
That's fine.
Well,
come back to me.
well, no, in that case, let's say I did come across that. Maybe, we won't have as much foreplay. But I'm still, it's not stopping me. It wouldn't stop me. Unless it looked like I'd catch something from it.
Hey, you deal with hair all the time.
It's just natural. I don't think there's anything crazy. I think, sometimes when they're bald, I'm like, oh, this kind of is a little different.
People likes what they likes, man.
They do. At least give me a paw or something, or a landing strip. Those are cool. I like those. I'm just saying, really, any way you present it, as long as it looks healthy, I'm down.
Right.
I don't mind.
So this was a game that I was going to play on the podcast today, but I forgot the Playboy at work.
Yeah.
I wanted you to kind of guess some of the demographics that were in there, and
That's back when people used to read them for the articles, Drew.
Right. No. This particular one was the subscription one only and had no articles in it whatsoever. And funnily enough, the pages were not glued together.
Maybe he just, I don't know. Maybe
Went right into the toilet paper.
Maybe they weren't taking care of themselves. Maybe it's something they just sat and enjoyed while they pooed.
Okay. So going back to the story about it with my boss.
Yeah.
My boss has been there a lot longer than the rest of us.
Okay.
And I showed him the porno that I found, and he goes, fuck, I thought I got rid of all of those. I was like,
all those, like, this
I was
used
like-
to be a whole thing in the factory.
I was like, wait, it's a thing?
Well, I guess if everyone in the factory's doing it, you know?
And he goes, yeah. And I was like, how many of them were there? He goes, that makes 5 that I've found.
All the same decade?
Apparently, all from the same dude that used to work.
They know who?
He's no longer there, but
He's been caught.
I think he hasn't been there in like 10 years or something like that. So this porno's just been chilling up there. No, not a lot of dust, coincidentally. It's awesome. He was just like, yeah, we used to have women that worked here, and he would just kind of go into the bathroom, and after a couple cups of coffee, he would go in and do his thing. And I was like, you knew
the ritual?
I was like, you knew he was jerking it? He's like, whoa, I don't think he was jerking it. I was like, okay, you got a Playboy. You go into a stall. Nobody else is there. You lock the door. You've already had 2 cups of coffee, and you're feeling jittery.
Right.
You're jerking it.
You're jerking it. And not just that, it has no articles.
None.
Like, if it was, like, at least filled with articles and there was, like, maybe just a centerfold, okay.
The only text is like the very text at the top. In the top right hand corner that says like, she enjoys long walks on the beach and pina coladas. Like,
Sure she does.
yeah, okay. She enjoys getting rammed.
What? Should just put the body counts on there.
So many eyes. So I look through because, like I said, I wanted to play a small game with you. And let's see if you can guess it real quick.
Okay.
We're going to play majority or minority.
Okay.
Okay. Do you think that the girls in the 1996, I think it was like a March or whatever issue of Playboy, had big boobs or small boobs?
Well, if it's the 90s, I'm assuming they had because like jugs were like big back then. So I'm assuming they kind of had jugs, right? Maybe medium to big. But
Okay.
I bet all of them were tiny girls.
Okay.
Tiny with probably like this thin eyebrows.
So you
that
think
was in.
so you think like Dolly Parton?
Yeah, kind of like that look.
Okay.
I feel like in hair. Big hair.
Okay. So the main question here was, do you think big boobs or small boobs?
Big boobs.
Big boobs.
Big boobs.
You are wrong.
He's into the small ones.
I don't know. This particular issue just had
I like the smaller ones.
90% smaller than your boobs.
Oh, well. I mean, I like little boobs, but like that never bothered me.
Right.
Flat-chested, big-chested. I don't know. I'm not that picky, I guess.
You know what
As
I'm
long
not?
as I find you
You know what
attractive.
I'm not the biggest fan of?
What?
Very conular boobs.
Yeah. Sometimes they're small and still kind of droopy.
Yeah.
But you can't, that's like someone making fun of the way my wing. I didn't get to pick it.
That's very true.
I didn't get to pick it. So.
Again, we're at a point. Everybody has their own preference. Mm-hmm. So you take it how you want.
That's true. That's true. I mean, yeah, the perky ones are great. There's also, like, it's funny. Boobs come in all different shapes and sizes like wieners. You got the wide ones. Like, there's some that, like, they fill up a bra, but they're more wide than what they are longer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Great in swimsuits.
Mm-hmm. Great in swimsuits. Then there's some that have, like, a wide gap between them. Mm-hmm. And some that just have that natural, like, cleavage.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Either way, I like to see them all.
All right. Our next minority or majority.
Gotta see them all.
My next question here was, what race do you think was predominant?
Oh, white.
Yeah.
Yeah, mainly. I bet if there was anything, it might be Hispanic.
Out of the 15 pages that I looked at,
Yeah.
there was one Hispanic and one African American.
Dude.
The rest were white.
White girls are good looking.
We were very racist.
Oh, yeah,
Playboy
dude.
was very racist.
I don't think they
90s.
understand. This is gonna sound so creepy. I don't think they understand how much better like other races' skin is than ours.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
Ours
and
pale.
Oh, pale, and theirs looks so velvety sometimes and
Oh, yeah.
smooth.
I also like tan.
Well, yeah. But that makes us wrinkle. We age like bread when we do that. You gotta be careful.
I like toast.
Yeah, but not when your toast, like the wheat starts dripping off of the bread.
All right, the third and last one I had, Carl, hair color.
Blonde.
Blonde.
Well, yeah, blonde and maybe some brunettes.
Yeah.
But that's mainly blonde. Like, I bet almost, like, damn, like the lifeguards. What was that called?
Baywatch.
Like that. Like blonde like that.
Again, out of the 60 girls that were in the pages.
I thought you only looked at 15 pages.
No, I looked at like 30 pages.
Nice.
It was one
You're
to the left
digging
side,
yourself
and
in now. You're digging a hole, Drew.
it was very thin.
You're being like me.
Out of the 120 girls that I looked at,
We found oil.
there were like 50 blonde. 50.
I told you. And did you check? I bet they all had like pencil thin eyebrows.
I didn't really look at
See, because
I was not looking at their eyebrows.
see that catches my attention because now they're like this big. Now they like take up most of the face. And they used to be like non-existent.
There was like 5 or 6 brunettes, and then there was actually like 2 or 3 redheads. Like,
Yeah.
coincidentally, they were
Were they stickily shaped, or did they actually have nice shapes? Because I feel like back then too, they picked a lot of the women that didn't have too many curves.
Oh yeah, like Cyndi Lauper,
Yeah, just kind of.
Madonna.
Yeah, just kind of straight.
Yeah, that's very.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm a curve guy, dude.
I'm too.
I need some curves.
I'm too.
I want to trace. Trace with the finger. It's so fun.
But yeah, small and short of it, I found a porno at work.
Funny how it all changes, isn't it?
Yeah, but you can look at all of that stuff on your phone now,
Oh yeah. Well,
and there's volume and motion.
That's the one thing.
Harry Potter did it right.
That's the one thing that I kind of miss. It's like it was so easy for us to get porn growing up.
Oh yeah,
But I think
dial up. I mean, it took you a while. It was
right,
easy though.
but I mean, everyone had access. It's not like back in the day when you would have to steal out of a store, run somewhere into the middle of the woods, and all your guy friends had to hide it under a log, and then you're all just beating it in the middle of the woods. I feel like you really bonded in those moments. We missed out on something.
Treehouses were a big masturbation place.
Can you imagine walking in the park and have to watch out?
Oh, it's bird shit.
What's that?
But this brought me into a whole like side conversation in my mind, dude. Like, did you have porno mags growing up? Like, I know you had an older brother. He wasn't too much older than you. You had an uncle that he was fairly loose with his hands.
Well, my dad collected porno.
Okay, so you could go grab a nudie mag whenever you wanted?
If I wanted, but I didn't. Like, that just wasn't my thing because it was so weird to me because we had the screen concept.
Yeah.
So, like, you don't have to hold anything, really. You can set it down or do something. That, you can ruin it. You gotta, And then the weird part is...
You can't clean those up.
The weird part is my dad is a garbage man.
Oh, so you'd find the good ones?
He'd find good ones out of the trash and collect them. Dude. So you just come home, you don't know who's had it, where it's been. I'm like, why did you bring it here?
I gotta ask your dad how you disinfect one of those. That way we can put it up.
My dad wouldn't. My dad would tell you, don't be a pussy.
I can bring it back and we'll put it on the mantle.
It's all cramped. Why is it laminated? It wasn't.
Now, going back into my time.
Okay.
Again, we had dial-up and whatever, and I would open up like 50 fucking pages all at once.
Yeah.
And then close the windows and nobody knew what the fuck I was doing.
Yeah.
Go and do something, play outside for like 2 hours, come back and everything would be loaded.
Right.
And then you could just kind of split screen down you wanted to. But then I would also download the photos. And then I'd made a collage. And then I printed that collage out and put it under my bed. Fucking teenage boy thing. Jammed it under my mattress.
No, boys just don't make collages of...
Oh, yeah, they do. Oh, yeah. That's going to be our poll of the week. If you are a male, or, a female that got very explorative, or if you knew somebody that did, ask them.
Yeah, but
if they made a collage.
I could see like a girl making a collage over someone she likes.
No, you know a collage. I mean,
but that's what I'm saying.
Explicit.
I don't think there's guys who made nudie collage. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just feel like that's
just
an out there
because
thing.
you didn't mean you weren't in the majority.
True, you're 100% true. I just have a hard time swallowing the pill.
I mean, you got to think, even when it was just nudie mags, they would like rip them and what
That's
is
true.
a nudie mag except a collage of naked photos?
Yeah, put together a little bit better.
Right.
Yeah, good point. Touche.
Yeah.
Touche. You're making valid points here.
Yeah. Mine was just grainy as shit from the printer.
So,
And my mom found that collage.
no, I don't know. My mom gave us the sex talk like super early. Then I think even if she found stuff like that, didn't bring it up. She knew, she was kind of like,
To this day, I have not had the sex talk.
dang.
I know everything that's going on. Thank you, Internet.
Yeah, thank you, porn. I think that's half the problem. Talk to your
Right.
children so they don't
Right.
figure it out.
I did not have a talk.
Damn.
No wonder
My
I
mom
didn't
was
get
so-
some for a long time.
My mom was so willing with the talk. It was like you had to watch out even bringing a girl over. Then she might have to talk with her, and you're like, oh god.
Don't worry, I prepped for this day. Here's your rubbers.
Basically,
Did she give you rubbers?
no, but it was like
actually-
buy some,
I forgot who it was, but somebody actually told me that they bought rubbers for their kid.
Oh, I bet she would. Like if I was like, hey mom, I'm going to meet,
Oh
and
no,
I don't
like
wanna...
no prep, no asking. Just here you go. I already prepped for it.
Okay, well, I mean that's not bad either. Make sure they're gonna do it. Like
Yeah.
people are gonna do
it safe.
stuff. Just do it safe. Like kids are most likely gonna underage drink. Kids are gonna explore. You're just figuring things out.
They're gonna take their vitamins.
They're gonna take vitamins. They're gonna do stupid shit. It's just how kids are. They're chaos. Until you slowly learn how to control that chaos.
Do you think that if you didn't come to college with me, that you would have done more of these typical things or less of these typical things? Do you think I added to your delinquency?
Not to my delinquency. Well, see, I think I still would have been out drinking and stuff because I still did that with
Right.
the guys at the factory, which ended up getting me in trouble, not what
Right.
we did.
We didn't get in trouble with each other.
No.
That's
No.
stupid to say, but
Yeah.
each and every time we both have gotten in trouble, except for the very first time, it was not with each other.
No, it's all separate incidents. So, like, I feel like no, because, like, we always watch each other's back. So, if anything, it allowed us to express ourselves while still being safe.
Okay.
Where I feel like if I would have done the fact, I probably would have gotten more trouble.
Yeah.
Because I still would have been out with them and fucking around, and next thing you know, then I'm in a small town. The cops already know my name. They'd be looking out even harder for me. So it's like, I think it was a good thing, and it helped me grow and expand. I think that was great for both of us too.
You learned a lot of anatomy.
No, well, not just that, but like, dude, it was cool dealing with different house. I learned a lot of, as weird as it to say, it's like I learned a lot of politicking,
Oh, yeah.
like a lot.
Yeah.
And how to deal with other houses and their pride, and how to manipulate them into doing what we needed to do. How to get to bust people into our thing. We made friends with
Economics.
we made friends with a neighbor across the street who was like
Amazing chef.
amazing chef. He had a trap house, but he ran a bunch of stuff. So
He's so good.
making friends with him protected us. Like
Yeah.
it was so fun, kind of. And I think that's now why I run a league and do dumb shit like that, because like the politicking I kind of like,
Yeah.
because I like the emotions of people, but I don't get too involved with it lots of times. So I like to stand out on the side, and almost like a chess game.
You're like reaping the rewards.
Yeah, almost like a chess game. Like you're standing out and you go, okay, here's how everyone reacts, and here's how they do stuff. How do we set this up for the best way for everything to work?
Right.
And it's like a cool puzzle. Talking about that, Drew, did you like your gift?
I love my gift, man.
It was out
It's like
there.
metal Legos.
Yeah, it's like it's in between like a model and a Lego, which I think is cool because regular models kind of bore me, like the
Yeah.
plastic that you snap and got to glue. They're kind of boring. This one, you actually got to screw stuff together and do a couple of little things. I was like, that's kind of cool.
Dude, I gotta tell you, it's gonna be a while before I put it together.
Oh, 100%.
The more I look at it, the more intricate it gets, and I'm just like...
And I purposely bought you a really complicated one because I know
You couldn't give me a starter pack?
No, you already do puzzles like that all the time. If it was too easy, you'd be like, This thing's gonna look dope too when it's done, man. It's gonna look epic.
Where am I gonna put it? I'm gonna put it up here.
Yeah, we're gonna put it up here.
Okay.
Also, dude, I'm
Drives me a
bowling.
little bit.
I went bowling, and I went bowling with Miss Little there.
Yeah. Our little friend's wife.
Yep, our little friend's wife. So at one point we got to talking about like art or something that they were making, and I said, "Oh, that's funny because I've kept all the art that any of my exes or like any girlfriend has made me. I've kept all of them, and I actually hang them up in my room as like decorations."
Aww.
And I was like, it's kind of weird because, you know, a lot of other girls don't like that.
The last girl did a lot of art.
Oh, yeah. Well, the last 2, 3. But the last one, yeah, that was like her
I was talking
side
about
job.
the one that busted you on Tinder.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, because that was like her side job. So she was very, very good at it.
Yeah.
And I kept a lot of that art. I think that's cool.
Do you have any of my art up?
Oh, yeah. Up?
Do you have any of my art?
I don't know if I do. I don't think you've made me an art piece to keep. Anything that you've made
Everything's,
has been back. Yeah.
everything's temporary.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like, Kayla, I don't know why, but when I told her that, she was like, "Oh, you got to bring this up on your podcast." So I figured, do you have anything around that, like, when you and Morgan were starting dating, that was your exes or something that she got mad or jealous of? Because this kind of is like a big thing. Like, say I start something up new with another girl. Lots of times they're really bothered by it, but to me, the way I see it, it's a gift, and they spent all this time thinking of me. I can't just throw it away. I think that's very rude.
See, that's a hard one. My relationship before Morgan ended abruptly, and it was kind of a giant fire sale so that I could like stop thinking about the girl.
Yeah. Well, what about even the one before that? It's every breakup was like, oh, I'm just getting rid of everything.
Pretty much.
So a lot of bad breakups.
Oh, there was a lot of bad breakups, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, there's still stuff that floats around. If I think that it holds some type of value other than emotional value, like, I'll hold on to it.
Is it weird that I hold on to this art? Am I fucked up?
No.
Okay.
Again, we've said it 4 or 5 times today, to each their own.
Yeah.
You like what you like.
Yeah, I think it's cool. It's not like I can buy that anywhere.
Does it say, like, love their name?
No. The one's an elephant blowing out a heart-shaped golden bubble that says love you tons.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Right. No name or nothing on it.
Right. If it was like a love letter
Yeah, that I
in
could
the
see.
thing, like
No, like the...
expressing their deepest, darkest hole to you.
like if it was a poem? Yeah, that okay. But even that, if you wrote me a poem, I feel like I would have to keep it.
I mean, what about like tattoos? Tattoos that have like names of ex-lovers on your thing?
Yeah,
like, I mean, you kind of have to keep that.
Okay, well, you could tattoo something over it, I guess, or black it out, but that's why you just don't put names on you.
It's still always there.
Yeah, right.
You know deep down that it's there.
Even if they take it off, I feel like you're going to have a scar left.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I'm just thinking, like, if I walked in and I wanted to date a girl and she had all this art from her ex, would I be upset?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I
I
would.
think you would.
Maybe I would.
Yeah.
Maybe I'd feel some sort of way about it.
Okay, now, you've also said, like, the last 3 or 4 girls that you've been with, like doing art.
Yeah.
So what if you went with another girl and they had something that you liked? What if you walked into their room, there's like 6 bass guitars around the room, and each of them are like from a different ex that she had, and she just loves basses and keeps there because they gave her the bass.
That wouldn't bother me. You know what would bother me? Because here's the big thing. It's not like I keep in contact with any of these girls.
Yeah.
Now, if she kept in contact with them and kept their stuff, okay, that's a red flag. But if someone, like, if her ex bought her a Rickenbacker, which is a $2,000 bass, I don't expect her just to get rid of it because she broke up with the dude. Like, that's stupid.
What if it's just a bunch of first acts?
If it's like a Squire that was like $100 or a first act, I still don't expect it because it might be the only thing she could have. Maybe she couldn't even afford to buy a base, so this is all she had. Like, I'm not going to get mad about that. That's stupid to me. I'm not going to go into your house.
I don't know. At some point, there's an idea of that you're dwelling on the exes.
Yeah,
that might be something that you can't get past. But you're doing it for the art. You're not doing it for the... Well, that's actually a false statement. You are doing it for the emotional attachment behind the art.
It's both. But that's what art to me is. Art is supposed to provoke emotions.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Maybe it is. I don't know. I just find it weird to throw away any gifts. Any gifts. Period.
Do you throw away cards after you take the money out of them? Like birthday cards?
No. I have all of them.
Really?
People took their time to write something in there for you. And that's like, to me, if you spend time doing something, you can't get that back. So that's very, like, precious to me. You spent that time thinking of me when you could have done anything else in this world. And that's big to me. So I think, like, how can I throw that away? Why would I waste your time like that?
Because it wasn't reciprocated? I don't know.
I'm just saying, that's just what goes through my head. And it's like, I can understand you don't want me, let's say you don't want it in the living room or something. I could get that. But if it's like
is it a
box piece here in a man cave or something, well, I still have them hung up.
Yeah.
You know, they're still like, you can go look at them.
You've actually, you guys have actually seen the elephant.
The elephant and the sunset.
Yeah.
But then I also have, because I have other art. Like there's that Grim Reaper I used to have that would hang up in the back.
Yeah, you've seen all of these.
That's a cursed photo that I bought from the tattoo artist. Because the two people that bought it before me, the one got arrested and the one died.
Damn.
So they gave it back to him and I bought it.
Damn.
So it's like, that's not the only art I have.
Yeah.
You know, it's just some of the pieces are that.
Right.
So, I mean, I could see if I was still keeping in contact or if I would, like, talk about them all the time or, oh, you know, this piece is yada. But it's more like it's just on the wall. And if someone would bring it up, oh, yeah, this person made it. But I probably wouldn't even bring that up. I'd probably be like, yeah, it's a painting of this. Someone I know made it. Tons of Love is kind of hard. that one, you know.
I mean, people do the same thing with, like, hoodies or sweatpants or, you know, different clothes. You know you have a T-shirt of an ex tucked away somewhere.
Somewhere, right.
I mean, mine's kind of hard to do that, but...
Well, see, I don't know. I mean, I really don't have clothing or anything, but I was just wondering if it's weird.
But that might not be you. Yeah, it's weird, but not as much as you're thinking it is.
Okay. I didn't know if it was a problem. Like...
Scrap our first poll for the day. This is going to be our new poll. Do you think holding on to ex-loved one's arts is weird?
It's weird. Do you hold on to your ex's nudes, or is that something you should throw away too?
Again, I was in a very different circumstance.
I feel like you got to throw those away.
And I'm going to plead the fifth.
You got to throw those away, I feel like.
I'll plead a fifth.
Or make sure they're never found. Then you don't got to worry.
I'm going to plead a fifth.
Plead the fifth. Because, see, I feel like that would keep you more emotionally attached. But, Drew.
I know that I am engaged to be married. Mm-hmm. But, like, I still hold on to voicemails from the girl that died.
Yeah, that's rough because it's abrupt. And it's not like you guys chose it.
Right.
And I feel like Morgan does a good job respecting that. And she knows where you're coming from. It's not like you like Morgan less.
Right.
You know, so.
Right. There's still a piece of my heart that's connected there.
Right. And it probably always will be.
Yeah.
It'd be like dating a widow.
Yeah.
They're always going to have, you know. And as long as you understand that and you can deal with it.
It is also really weird that I started dating Morgan super after this girl passed away. Yeah. So, like, whenever I celebrate an anniversary with Morgan, it's like, oh, that's how long that person's been dead.
Yeah, it is kind of weird. When you think about it like that. Don't think about it like that and it won't be weird.
Not much you can do when you see the tombstone and you're like, oh, that's my anniversary year.
It's kind of fucked up.
It's very fucked up. I know it.
So, Drew, what do you have planned for today? Let's get off this morbid topic.
All right. The first thing is one of the things that I've been thinking about for a long fucking time. I guess you could say that in like cat years.
Well, what's the plan for today?
Oh, we're going to do a...
Damn! Rock on, Braingasm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as I was going, I want to go into a little in depth about cat years and dog years and human years. So as you full well know, that cat years and dog years are different than human years. Pets age differently than humans do.
Okay.
Which is why dogs and cats really don't live to be 80 years old or whatever. You know, they live to be 10, 15, 20, and then they pass away.
Okay.
Because they have an accelerated age growth, so technically they're living, 100 years in 20 years.
Are they, though?
That was always the theory, is that cats age faster. When you have a cat that's 2 or 3, they are in their teenage years, late 20s, and that's how they've matured.
Well, let me ask you this. I guess, let's say humanity. At one point, our average life expectancy was like 30, right?
Right.
Now it's like 70-something.
Right.
Okay.
You don't think that they've hit that yet?
No. Well, what I'm saying is, when we were dying at 30, do you think we're aging faster? Or was that just our life expectancy?
Yeah, I mean, both.
Okay. I'm just saying, do they really age faster even if their life is only to 30, or is that just like aging the same as just is like a bad, like a car that's only built the last 5 years?
Right.
It's not aging faster than a car built the last 20 years.
Well, comparatively to a car that is built to last 20 years, it rusts more, it hits certain milestones, it starts misfiring at a certain time, comparatively a different fraction than the other one does.
Okay.
So that does have a seemingly different life expectancy.
Yeah. I see what you're saying, I guess.
So my main goal here is, first off, we're going to go into different year differences between animals and humans. But the first one that everybody kind of knows is that dogs age like 7 years.
Okay. Yeah.
For
faster.
every human year.
Yeah.
Right. So if you have a dog that's 2 years old, technically it should be 14.
Yeah.
Or at least act
in
like
his
a 14-year-old,
right.
so on and so forth. Yeah. And then once they get, 70, then they start getting old, they start having hip problems, they start not eating, blah, 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 blah. So you see the theory here.
Okay.
And cats, I guess, are very, very similar to where they're like...
aging the same.
Yeah.
They age about the same as dogs.
Right. A cat that is 3 years old is like a 28.
Okay.
A cat that is 10 years old is like 56. So it goes down from there. A cat that's 20 is like 95 years old.
So like near the end, it speeds up almost. Like,
kind of, yeah.
Like the years jump even more.
Yeah. So my generalized theory is the reason that pets are so happy when you come home is because they interpret that as being 7 times longer than the time you were gone. If you did not see me for a week, wouldn't you be ecstatic to see me after that week?
Yes, but I don't think that's the way it works.
But to a normal human, it's just a day.
Yes, but I don't think
That's why they love you.
Almost. But I don't think that's the way it works.
Okay.
I think since they don't have perception of time, anytime you leave and they don't see you, they just think like you're gone forever. You're dead.
Okay. All right. That's even more dark, but yeah.
Almost. Like they can't see you. They have no perception of time and you're just not here anymore.
Yeah.
Then every time you walk in, you're like, oh my God, he's still alive.
Okay. Reset the counter back to 0.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
Because they don't know. They don't even know what 5 minutes is.
Yeah.
They have no concept of it. So unless they're outside to tell day and night, other than that, no. And if they sleep and wake up, who knows if they can tell if it's the same day or the next day.
I mean, cats and dogs that are outside that can see day and night cycles have been scientifically proven to be more dependent on people than like inside house cats and things, because they don't see the light change and they don't know that it's changing, so they don't know exactly how much is missing. Maybe they don't have the full concept, but maybe they can still tell days.
Right.
Or if you have an open window, I guess maybe they can from the inside, but...
That's what I'm saying. Because they're so confused and have no idea, to them, once you leave, I bet it's like eternity. You're just dead.
Right.
Oh my God, he's gone and he's never coming back. Then you do.
One of the other things that I found funny is that, and I guess this kind of breaks my theory, but animals that weigh a certain amount, their age also increases more exponentially.
Yep.
So a dog that is 0 to 20 pounds, that's 3 years old, is like 28, like a cat. But a dog that is more than 120 pounds at age 3 is 39.
I mean, it makes sense. When someone says they have an animal that is, let's say, 15, which is pretty old for an animal.
Yeah.
You know, it's two types of things.
In this case, they'd be 74.
Okay. So an animal is 74. Usually, there's only two types of animals it's going to be.
Small yippers.
Small, yeah, like a pug or some shit that shouldn't have lasted that long. It's like been suffering its whole life to breathe. Or a cat.
Yeah.
Cats get old as shit.
Right. On here, it's expected that cats could live up to 20.
Dude, straight up. A lot of people I know have had some old-ass cats. Right. And then they just get so fat and they just lay there. And you're like, is it alive?
My cat right now, which is coincidentally very close to the time that this girl died and the time that Morgan and I got together,
oh, God.
is 6 years old. Okay. So according to the chart, that my cat is 40 years old.
Okay.
And she runs around the house like that. Well, she doesn't run a lot anymore. She lays and...
Okay, so I guess pause. Let's pause this conversation. Let's go back to the girlfriends being angry about stuff.
Okay.
Animals.
Uh-huh.
If you had to keep an animal from a past relationship...
See, I kind of had a little coup d'etat with that because Morgan also got an animal.
All I'm saying is you can't be that upset if they're bringing a dog from an old relationship.
Yeah.
It's like a guitar or bass, you know?
Yeah.
Or art.
I didn't have a choice in either of those animals. I wanted a dog.
I'm with you. I like dogs.
All right, so one of the other things that I was looking at is different animals and based on just converting them to years. Okay. Like a horse.
Yeah. Horses, oof.
How old do you want your horse to be? Oh, we'll just do 1 year. Oh, never mind. There's a chart. A horse ages 6.5 years faster than a human.
Okay. For the first year.
No, it's the opposite way. It's the opposite way. I'm reading the chart wrong.
Oh, okay.
A 6.5-year-old human would have a 1-year-old horse.
Okay.
Right.
What does that mean?
It means that horses age younger than we do.
They take longer?
It's the opposite of a cat.
Yeah, they take longer to age.
Yes.
Yes, at the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay. Then it looks like once they're 16, then all of a sudden it jumps up.
Yeah, it went from 18 to 28 to 50.
Yeah, so once a horse is 16, that's equivalent to us being 500 years old? Oh, 50.
50.
50.5.
Yeah.
There's a decimal there.
You want a cow?
So, what is that saying? So horses can outlive us because they age slower?
No, they don't have a crazy amount of full year, but...
So how fast are they dying compared to us then? I'm so confused on this one.
Horses can live almost as long as humans can, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. I know lots of times when they die because like colic or something from the stomach. Nothing like old age lots of times. Up to 30.
They can be 30.
So at 20, it's equivalent to a 90-year-old man.
Well, this is a cow.
Oh. Cool.
Yeah.
So a cow, when it's 6 months old, it's equivalent to a 7-year-old human.
Yes.
That's crazy. At 6 months, it's already 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I guess...
What about deer? What do you think a deer is?
Deer would have to go
play
fast.
Play a small game with it. Try and see how many you have.
Okay. So I would say a deer would probably... A 1-year-old deer would probably be equivalent to at least a 30-year-old man.
30? You think it's that crazy?
Maybe not quite that crazy,
5.
but 15.
5.
5? I don't know. These ones are hard to know because they gotta live out in the wild and get hit by cars all the time.
The oldest deer recorded was Bambi the red deer for 31 years, almost 32.
See?
It would have been 166.
Jesus. What about lobsters or any crustacean like that?
I don't think that works, man, because they can live infinitely.
Until they're like shell's too heavy to molt. That's what kills them. So like if that didn't happen, could they age out or no? Is it just like if they could always molt, they're good?
Yeah, they could always molt. They're good. They get into enough fights, they're good. They regenerate so cool.
Yeah, dude, that's.
So I got a small game. You remember our game Dick or Lick?
Yeah.
All right, this is something kind of like this, but a little different.
Okay.
I want you to give something a funny name. So I want you to Theo Von something.
Okay.
Lobster. What's your funny name for a lobster? We're gonna call this Theo Vonning.
Theo Von, what's... disfigured crab.
Okay. Nice.
Well, thank you.
I was going to say the Red Menace.
The red men. They're not really menacing.
Some of them aren't even red.
I know. It's really what it is. It's like the sport car version of a crab.
There you go. All right, what about a lion? How much do you think lions age? This is going to be the last one.
Lions, I don't know. They probably age about 4 years older than us. Am I right? Does it even say?
2 to 3 years
Yeah,
reach
close.
sexual maturity. So
Jesus.
it's like 5?
Yeah.
5 times?
Well, you know, in the wild, you got to be able to reproduce quick. You don't got time to be fucking around. Well, I guess you do.
Theo Von reproducing.
Theo Von reproducing, huh? Yeah. You want me to make a funny thing out of that? Mullet multiplying.
There you
the
go.
good old mullet multiplying.
All right. One of the next things in my braingasm here, mind you that these are kind of some bigger braingasms that we've just been holding on to. Different creatures in American folklore. It doesn't necessarily have to be American folklore if you could think any out, but that's one of the things that I pulled up that aren't Bigfoot. So everybody knows Bigfoot, Sasquatch, interdimensional being, if you call it that. Mm-hmm. And he goes around, he's a humanoid and sleeps in the mud and scares campers.
Yeah.
Okay?
Right, like half ape human thing.
Another couple things that I thought of is like a jackalope.
Okay.
A jackrabbit with deer
antlers.
horns. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, unicorn.
Right.
Manatee.
That's a little mythical creature. Yeah. Manatees are real.
I know, but they didn't think so.
Theo Von manatees.
Theo Von manatees? Damn.
First thing comes to your head. It's the best.
Nothing. Just Theo Von and manatees. And then all I can think of is like a mullet and a manatee.
What is with you and mullets?
Because Theo Von has a crazy ass mullet. I feel like that's what makes him.
No, I want his candidness, not his mullet.
I know. But that's all I can think of.
The next thing that I thought of was like the chupacabra.
Chupacabra's not bad.
Yeah.
The same thing with the Loch Ness Monster. They have other things like shapeshifters. Like, I forget what the Native Americans call them, but like basically they shapeshift, and then witches. Another thing is always like witches or demons.
There's actually something pretty close to this. One of the ones from Alabama is called Huggin' Molly. Huggin' Molly is a legend from Alabama that is a specter that comes to children after dark to squeeze them and scream in their ears. Although she's never harmed anyone, the thought of a hug from Miss Molly is enough to keep kids out, or to keep kids from going out after curfew.
Well, no, that sounds like a lie. She hugs you and screams, but she doesn't hurt you. Ooh, that looks scary. Look
You
at
want that one?
Yeah, that one's all tree-like.
Uri. 10-foot tall, lengthy arm, shaggy hair, glowing eyes.
Dang.
And lurks in the woodlands of Alaska.
I don't know. I could see how people could come up with these, because if you're in the middle of nowhere, I mean, you think about even when you were little, right? And you would camp out in the backyard.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Any little squirrel or anything that came up and would scratch the tent, you and your buddy would be freaking out. And you'd be like, oh my God, it's a wolf or something coming to kill us. Yeah, we're going to die. So can you imagine being out in the middle of nowhere where there's no light pollution? It's dark as fuck. You can't see shit. And then all of a sudden you just hear weird noises. Shit.
You're going to come up with something.
Even a frog. What is that?
It's a frog, you fuck.
Have you seen the Discovery channels that have been like chasing down Bigfoot and stuff?
Yeah.
There's one that will like literally make it seem like they catch one every time. Where like they'll do
like
effects.
River monsters?
Kind of, but different. Like
that dude really does catch those river monsters.
He really does catch fish. But no, like they'll say, oh, Bigfoot should be here, right? Then they'll expand out and somewhere in the forest someone will chop down a tree or they'll shake stuff to make it seem like the Bigfoot's right there beside them and they're all chasing them.
One of the video games that I saw somebody play, it's like you go out with 4 different people and you go and hunt Bigfoot. And like you prep, you have a cage, you have guns, you have darts that make him go to sleep and everything like that.
Yeah.
And then like you have to wait till dark and then you have to go in the area that he is. And he just wrecks your shit. Maybe it's because they weren't very good at it. Maybe it's because I didn't play it. But you get wrecked. Doesn't matter how many trank darts you shoot him, how many tracker darts you shoot him, how many times you shoot him in the face, he just wrecks your shit.
Maybe that's the point, because you can't catch him. You can never catch Bigfoot.
Another one I'm looking at here is a Fresno Nightcrawler, also known as the Fresno Aliens, the leggy entities, first recorded in California by surveillance video. Nice. Well, local Native American tribe has pointed out the certain wood carvings look similar to the creatures. They look weird.
They look like the wishbone.
Yeah.
That seems like a light blur on the camera, and someone's like, "Oh my God, monster!"
Oh, this one's kind of weird,
dude. That's a big fish. It's like a catfish. A demon catfish.
Slide rock bolter. Colorado mountain dwellers beware. This fearsome creature slides down the slopes and gobbles up everything in his path.
People don't believe this.
Why is there fish at the top of a mountain?
And first off, if there's a fish bigger than all these trees, no one's seen it. Or any tracks of this fish dragging across the ground. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I think a lot of these are just made up and people throw them on here. The Kraken could be real, though. Like, just a big... Ooh, what's this one?
Altamahaha.
So, Drew, read this one, and after this one, I want you to make one.
Oh, you want me to make one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. God. Okay. Also called Outie, the creature inhabits small streams and abandoned rice fields in southeastern Georgia. And it just looks like an
evil
looks like
seal.
A pissed off manatee.
It looks like a seal, like a dog seal or whatever they're called, elephant seal, had sex with the manatee and an eel.
Yeah. So you want me to make one, huh?
Make one, yeah. If we were out in the woods, I want you, me and you are getting ready, right? We'll act this out.
Have we had one too many?
Yeah. Let's say we're at a bar, me and you were just hiking, we have all our gear, we've been hunting creatures, so it's like we already got gear. And we go to this bar, we're drinking, and people are talking about this creature. Explain that creature to me that we're going to go hunt.
Oh, okay.
That would get us to go, that people are like, oh, you can't catch this, you know. But it's got to be new. It's a new thing.
It is a buff road runner.
Like an ostrich?
No, like a road runner that has just like bodybuilder arms. Like real nicely layered into it.
So wings?
Like this no.
So no wings.
It could have wings.
I'm asking. You're making it.
We don't know.
Oh.
The people haven't gotten that far close to it to see it yet.
Okay, so it's a big
this roadrunner is like 12 feet tall. It could eat you in a single gulp. And make giant buff roadrunner poop out.
So you're scared of birds?
I'm not scared of birds.
Just birds that don't fly.
I would punch an ostrich. We've already gone over this.
I would punch an ostrich.
I would.
I would slap the shit out of an ostrich. What about an emu?
Yeah. Oh, they're just a smaller ostrich. Fuck you.
What about? I feel like your Roadrunner needs to be mixed with the peacock.
Peacock?
Yeah, peacock. So it can have some beautiful feathers too.
No, being that big, it's bad to have that big of feathers. If it was smaller, yeah. Like a snipe.
Like a snake. Snipe.
That's not a snipe.
I'm a snake, a slippery little snake.
No, I want to say it's like electric blue though.
Ooh.
Doesn't have any electric powers or anything.
Does it go meep?
Coincidentally, it might.
Meep. Does that mean we're wily?
It chases after him. Acme. No. That's like.
That's a Roadrunner.
That's like powder blue, almost. I mean,
well, it's like purple. If you'd asked me, it's like, isn't he dark purple and lighter purple?
Yeah. I mean, like he is black and electric blue, like our buddy's blue car he had in high school.
What would it sound like?
Oh, menacing.
What? Make a call for it. We're in the woods. We're trying to get it. That's weird.
Oh, like a zombie.
It should be like.
No, that's gay.
But it's a bird. You're the one who came up with this gay animal.
The reason that I thought about this and I wanted to go into it is because I heard of something called the skunk ape. Have you ever heard about the skunk ape before?
I heard of like the skunk bear. You ever seen those? That's a real thing now.
Yeah.
Skunk bear. But no, not the skunk ape. And is it like spelled like skunk?
Yeah,
okay.
skunk
Not
ape.
like a weird
AP.
spelling. Okay.
Yeah. So the skunk ape is a large and hairy human-like mythical creature proportional to forests and swamps in southeastern United States, notably Florida. It is synonymous with or called the cousin of Bigfoot. So I guess they can be known hand in hand.
So the cousins.
Yeah.
That's not the
I've
same.
never heard of this before.
Yeah. Because I got some cousins, that I wouldn't claim. So I like Bigfoot might not claim.
Are they
that.
hairy and large?
Some of them. Some of them are.
The skunk ape is commonly described as a bipedal, human, or ape-like creature, approximately 5 to 7 feet tall, covered in molted reddish-brown hair. The skunk ape is often reported to be smaller in stature compared to Bigfoot.
So right now it's a gingered Bigfoot, but smaller.
Andy Dalton.
Yeah. The red rocket of Bigfoots.
It's named for its foul odor, often described as being similar to a skunk.
I like it. It made me feel at home.
Now, there's been a whole bunch of sightings. There was one in 1929. This has been around since 1929, the idea of it.
Yeah.
1942, 1970, 1977, 1997, and most notably one was in 2000.
Jeez. So since 2000, 20-some years, we haven't had another sighting.
No.
Which, are these people being faked out? Because, like, if a skunk walks by...
My bad. I missed the last line here. Oh. Sightings continue to present day with 48 out of the 67 counties reporting sightings since 2010.
Are they sightings? Or, because, like, if you think there's a skunk bear, right, and you go outside and you just have a skunk living under your porch... You're like, oh my God, there's a skunk bear around.
I did not come back from the trip.
Where's the skunk ape?
The one in 2000, though, somebody critiqued highlighting the photographs as a potential hoax.
This had to be made up by, like, people growing pot. And then they came up, why does your house... No, there's a skunk ape, bro. He walks around here all the time.
Someone critiqued the last one in 2000, said it was a hoax because of the resemblance to the Bigfoot statue at the Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum. Nah, that's what it is.
What if someone just bought a Bigfoot suit and made it like ginger, Like, I don't...
So there's some proposed explanations. The most anecdotal report and alleged visual evidence are deemed to be
Orangutan.
fabrications.
No shit.
Some people think that it must be sightings of an American black bear, possibly suffering from some sort of mange or general misidentification of wildlife. But on record, the U.S. National Park Service, our buddy works for them,
Yes.
considers the skunk ape to be a hoax.
Well, yeah. Yeah. I think even if it was real, if it's too crazy of an animal, they're just going to say it's a lie anyways. Please keep paying for our parks.
The skunk ape has been widely adopted across Florida as an unofficial mascot for wilderness and rural culture, including appearing in roadside businesses, attractions, television commercials, and on signs. During the onset of COVID-19, one Florida business used the skunk ape's reported foul smell to promote social distancing. I had to throw that last little bit in there. I throw the C word at you.
Somebody was sitting there and they're like, hey, you know how to keep people away from you?
Stink.
You know that skunk ape that's been walking around out back? If we get a little of his essence and dab it on her neck.
So the very last thing I have for Drew's Braingasm, there's a couple other more, but we're not going to go into those.
Because we got foosball.
Have you ever seen poison oak, poison ivy, and poison sumac? Have you got them before?
Oh, I've got them, but I thought they were the same thing.
They are not the same thing.
Okay, I know if it's 3 leaves and shiny, leave it the hell alone.
Yeah, that's poison ivy.
Yeah.
Poison oak is 5 leaves and shiny.
Well, I'm just assuming if it's shiny, it got oil on it, and I ain't touching it.
Poison sumac can be shiny, can be shiny, doesn't have to be shiny, but has 9 leaves.
I don't know.
And reddish in color.
That
is what I learned from Boy Scouts.
You also learned how to hold your breath.
Yes, it did.
And tie knots.
Yes, it did.
And light shit on fire.
Yes, it did.
And
shoot guns.
And eat Girl Scouts.
My favorite's a tag along.
Mm-hmm.
So I've always wondered this, and I've always been super curious about it. And we did something similar back in high school where we tried to figure out the difference between a salad and a soup. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
We might bring that one back. There is a hard difference.
Well, it wasn't even the difference between salad or soup. It was first determining what exactly was a salad.
Right.
Because you have macaroni salad, you have fruit salad, you have obviously like Caesar salad.
Potato salad, pretzel salad.
Right. It goes all over.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, we'll bring that up in a different topic. I think that's fun.
That one we researched. So this one here, I was always curious about where poison ivy, poison sumac, and poison oak got their name from.
Okay.
So obviously the poison is something bad happens to you.
Right.
But why did they attribute ivy, and why did they attribute oak, and why did they attribute sumac?
I'm assuming ivy is because it grows like a vine.
Okay.
Oak, I'm assuming because it may grow by oak trees.
Okay.
And then sumac, I'm assuming it was named after like a certain people.
Wow. You are very close in all of those topics.
Yeah.
Okay, so the sumac, this is the easier one. Sumac is the species, order, genus of it. The sumac family, and it's just kind of one of the ones that got forgotten about. The other two actually have reasonings, more common reasoning as to why they have their thing. So the one you hit right on the head, poison ivy, and the reason that it gets the ivy name is because it grows like ivy.
Boom.
It grows in a way just like ivy does typically.
Mm-hmm. And because I know it chokes plants out.
Yeah.
Because it will kill other plants. Ivy grows like other vines do that. They grow around other plants.
While poison ivy is not an ivy, it has a superficially similar growth form. Technically, they do not contain a poison. They contain a potent allergen, though.
Yeah, because poison you have to ingest.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So you're not ingesting any of these, so I wouldn't assume they're poisonous.
Their whole name is Toxodendron. That's a cool last name.
That is sweet. That's a cool band name.
Yeah, we're named after Poison Ivy.
If you're a metal band, I think that would fit right in.
Poison oak, though, while poison oak is not an oak, its common name comes from the leaf's resemblance
To the
white
tree.
oak leaves.
That's another one I was going to guess, that it looked like oak.
Yeah. The more you know.
The more you know. So if you see oak leaves on the ground, don't fucking touch it.
Right.
You know that's no bueno.
Dude, I knew somebody that actually burned poison ivy
Gun in their lungs.
and got it in their lungs.
What happens? Do you
Lots
die?
and lots of medical treatment.
Think about
You
think
couldn't
about it.
breathe.
No, dude. Because you got all that oil and shit.
Right?
Ugh. I know people who've got it in their no-no areas.
Yeah.
And that's terrible. Just terrible.
Terrible.
So which one do they all affect you kind of the same? Because
Yeah,
I've had them
yeah,
and
it's
they're
like
all
that
like that.
oily powder stuff that.
Yeah, and like all of it seems to affect my skin the same. That's why you don't know which one you got. You know, it's not like, oh, this bump is a poison ivy bump.
Right.
They all kind of look very similar.
Right.
Okay.
I think sumac is a little bit rougher, if I remember right.
Okay.
Like there was a whole different type of first aid to deal with poison sumac.
Do you know? Have you gotten these, and have you gotten it back?
I haven't gotten it back, but the reasoning that I got my first stint of poison ivy, which was hell. I had it for like a month solid.
Yeah. Awful.
And I didn't go back into it or whatever. It's just the first time that I got it. My brother Kent and I, he's been on the podcast a couple times. Him and I were going down the road and we were kicking a soccer ball together. And just all of a sudden, he drop kicks it in the woods. And me being the younger brother, I have to go in and get it.
Right.
And I didn't go to Boy Scouts yet at that time, so I come back out and I'm like, oh yeah, here's the ball, blah, 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 blah. Get back home, red from head to toe. Redder than that pen, man. Every inch of me. It's like I fell and rolled in it.
Jeez.
I had to take the oatmeal baths or whatever they suggest. I had to take them like 3 times a day.
So.
Calamine lotion?
Yeah, the calamine lotion. So I used to get it a lot. Like if the wind would blow, somehow I'd catch this shit, right? And always use the regular treatments and stuff. But the one time I got it, I was in my teens, real fucking bad. Couldn't get rid of it. Like all up my arm to the point it was disfigured almost. You know? And it was like kind of all over me and it just wouldn't go away. So finally I got Epsom salts and bleach. Made a bath. Just bleach. Regular bleach. Right? Like you would clean with. And I filled up the bathtub, put the Epsom salts and just a cap full of bleach. Laid in it. Cured it all. So now if I get a touch of it, dude, always a cap full of bleach in the whole bathtub, kills it instantly. Fuck it. I ain't playing with this. I'm nuking it. Gets fucking nuked.
That same brother, Kent, he did something when he was a child with bleach. He actually drank bleach.
Oh, people used to gargle that.
Yeah.
You know that? Like, when metal was starting, for people trying to get that scratchy sound, they would gargle bleach to ruin their throat.
Actually, all 3 of us did something stupid when we were a child.
Yeah.
My other brother ate like 75 cents change, not 3 quarters.
How did he?
Don't know. Wasn't alive. Don't ask me.
They weren't even paying attention, dude. You guys are lucky.
And like I said, Kent drank bleach, and it was a big whole thing. And finally, my mom's on the phone with poison control, and she's like, "Tell me straight, is it gonna die?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "Was it Clorox bleach?" And she's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "He'll be fine."
Because it's Clorox?
Apparently, Clorox bleach is so pure that it's okay to ingest. Probably not advised.
All right.
So if you're ever curious, if you have kids, if you curse, get Clorox. Evidently.
Oh, the more you know.
Right.
The more you
And then
know.
I ate batteries.
Yeah. How did you survive that?
I don't know.
How did you survive that? Damn, dude. 8 batteries.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I ate anything stupid. I don't think so. I don't think I've ever... The one thing I did do, that chlorine. You know, we've always had a swimming pool. There was chlorine.
Yeah.
Somehow when I was younger, I opened it, jumped all around in it, and had fun in it.
Oh, my God.
You know? I was laying in bed, and I kept telling my mom my foot hurt, my foot really hurt. And I had shoes on, and she didn't see no blood or anything. She's like, you're fine. And I'm like, no, my foot's killing me, you know? And I was pretty young, so it's not like I really could talk. She takes off my shoe. There's just a hole burnt all the way to the bone. I still have the scar. You ever see the scar on the side of my foot, like right in the arch?
No.
That's what it's from. Chlorine ate all the way to the bone. She had to take me to the hospital. I remember them putting me in this like big ice thing. It was crazy.
Damn.
Yeah. So don't play with chlorine.
Yeah.
It will fuck you up.
I cut through the side of my hand with a razor blade and could see the bone there.
Ooh.
That's another whole podcast about us getting
scars.
hurt.
Scars. Drew,
CJ.
you ready for the plug?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Plug it in.
I don't want it to end.
I know, but we have
This
to.
means that it's going to end.
Yeah, but it's 6. It's 6. You know what's coming soon?
Foosball.
A big important game of foosball.
Me beating you at fantasy football for the second week in a row.
I won my match. I won it. Whoop, whoop. Did you win yours?
Not yet.
Right?
That all depends on the
Me
night.
and you might have the same record,
All depends
buddy.
on the night.
Me and you might have the same record by the end of tonight. Plug your crap.
We're on Anchor, Apple, Spotify, and Google Podcast at the Lunch Table PBJ. That might be how you're listening to us right now. So if you are,
Go ahead and doing that.
yeah. We're at YouTube and Rumble at the Lunch Table PBJ. That might be how you're watching us right now. It came out of fucking nowhere.
No, I was when you rewatch, you'll see how long I was waiting for the bump.
It might be how you're watching us right now. So if you are, go ahead and doing that.
Go ahead and doing
Nope,
that.
I already said it first.
Ah!
I was sitting there for a long time. We're on Twitter at Lunch Table PBJ. That's how you can really stay up to date in some of the stuff that we're doing, as well as take care of our polls, just like the one that we addressed earlier.
I love it when you take care of our polls. Help me decide about this art, though.
Tell whoever is calling you to fuck off until 8:30.
Someone calling me? No one called. Oh, someone was calling me.
Vote it! We're on Facebook at the Lunch Table PBJ, as well as our fan page, The Munchies. If you want to be a person that kind of tells us what to do, that's the way to do it. I switched it up a little bit extra. That's the wrong one.
Oh.
Save it.
Sorry.
We're on Twitter,
Apple.
Instagram, and YouTube Shorts at the Lunch Table PBJ. CJ takes care of those. He does a wonderful job. He likes to upload when people think it matters.
Yeah. I upload randomly, so always pay attention.
Right. A lot of cool clips.
There are some funny clips.
Stuff.
Some funny stuff. Yeah, little things. So if you haven't seen episodes, you can get caught up and we'll just see little jokes from each one.
Right. Lastly, we're on Patreon at the Lunch Table PBJ. If you want to be that person that gives a little bit extra, that's the way to do it.
I love it when you give me the little extra.
Tell us that you do it. Post it on Facebook as well. Tell us that you
brag about it.
Right. We will give you the attention.
Yeah, we'll give you all the attention.
Right. If you're looking for attention, we will give it to you.
I'm giving you attention right now. We believe in you. You can do it.
Stop it. That's my attention. I get him for an hour a week.
And that's my
Everybody
time.
else steals it. My time. My time to talk.
My time.
Dog pound.
Drew?
CJ?
You good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Take us home.
Take us home. Drew, thank you for being you. Guys, thank you for stopping in and listening and participating. Remember, keep your hands off your willies at work.
That was a good one.
That was. Keep your hands off your willy at work. Also, anxiety is a big thing. If you have trouble controlling it or knowing what to do with it, or maybe you don't even know really what the feeling is, it's okay to go and get some help and find some alternatives to how to better deal with your anxiety. Touching yourself in public is not the right way. Sorry. Drew,
CJ?
you ready?
Yep.
Peace.
Yeah, don't do that. Goodbye.
Do it with me.
No.
You're ruining it.
What? Fuck you. I'm gonna do it the other way.